At this time, I'd like to call our meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Dillon, can we have a roll call, please? Sure. Okay, so with President Hopping, that pruning, absent. Here. Morgan.
Present.
King, present. World.
Here. Wheel. Present.
Four. Do we have a motion for approval of previous meeting minutes?
I move to approve the minutes of June 3rd, 2024 as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion to approve the meeting minutes for June 3rd, motion made by Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
World.
Yes.
Dedlaw. Yes. King, yes. Wheel.
Abstain.
Well set. Okay. Public comments. I see we have two people on our agenda, so I'm going to call them in the order that they're printed here. First one is Mr. Sonny Johns and Tyler Bell.
Sure.
Sure.
Right to the end of the table there. This one here.
Tyler Bell, and I am Alex Matthew. I'm actually here on behalf of Sonny Jones. Sonny Jones for an emergency situation. So I'm also one of the owners of the Grandmont. So Sonny asked me to be person here. So I will do this. Yeah, good evening all. Okay. My name is Alex Matthew. I just mentioned it. I am one of the owners of the Grandmont, previously known as Circle K. It's almost like 45 days since we took over the business. The business is so it's not much flourishing. I mean, it's slowly coming up, but we're still struggling every day now to generate more income there and also to create employment from within the community. So that's the reason we are actually thinking about bringing additional sources to generate some income. And we have the liquor license for selling the liquor in the store now, but for get some gaming license, we need the city of Tampa to grant us a license so that we bring us to additional income to generate within the store, and that will help us very much. So we are requesting the city to grant us a license to make the store more profitable, because we are studying really hard right at this point.
So I believe currently you own or hold a Class C license. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, and Mr. Morgan can correct me, you can only hold one license at a time.
I don't really know that. Scott, what do you think?
I don't have that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I
Okay.
would know, but I don't.
What we can do is, we'll put this on our agenda to the board to discuss at the next meeting. We may have to contact our village attorney, so we have everything done correctly. And we could have more of an answer for you. I'm not sure right now. And I don't know if, a license holder can hold more than one license at a time. So we need to contact our village attorney, talk to him, and then we'll have a correct answer for you. But I will put it on the agenda for the board to discuss at our next village board meeting. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
Can I ask a question, Ben?
Yes, sir.
Guys, do you know how soon you're gonna get your signs? You know how soon you're gonna get your signs where we say shell or whatever?
Actually, working with Mr. Chen,
Yes,
We already submitted our application, we just waiting for the merchant ID. So once the merchant ID number is issued, we will have a sign there coming soon.
I think that's a little confusing to people too, because it doesn't say what it is, so,
There is no name outside.
right,
So we are expecting probably within the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
The
I just think that'll help your business, because at this
Yeah,
point, nobody knows,
Will be coming and doing all the amazing work and everything.
right, okay.
Next on our agenda, I have Mr. Scott Franco from Surf Internet.
Good evening, everybody. Purpose this evening is to make a quick introduction to our company and see if we could possibly, move towards, the next step. Surf Internet is interested in, well, we're more than interested to bring broadband fiber to the community. You actually have a golden opportunity because you're within the realm of, in the path of recipients with the Illinois Connect grant money. So, we're working with, your neighbors, Beecher, up the road with Steger. We met with Moments, and if you kind of look at the path going over into Indiana, if I were to zoom up on a map, you kind of see the route that we're taking with some of the grant money and putting our own investment to work to make a difference and an impact in especially small communities. So Surf Internet, I don't know if you've heard of us or not before. We've been in the broadband and connecting business. Surf Air Wireless is also our parent company. I know we have some towers in the area. There may be some people that are already served by some of our wireless. But we've been converting over to fiber since 2018, even pre-COVID. So we've been in the broadband business for 24 years. Next year is 25 years. We're in the top 5 of Q-rate providers for schools in the state of Indiana and also in Illinois. What we'd like to do is keep in touch, and sooner than later, while we're deploying resources in the neighboring communities I just talked about, we'd like to have what we call like a pre-design meeting. What that means is anyone in leadership here that would want to be involved in that, plus anyone from like Public Works or anyone involved with utilities, permitting, locates. We just had a meeting just like this, similar earlier today with Peru, Indiana, not Illinois. And we kind of walk out we discuss a number of topics, and I printed this out that I'll leave here as a leave behind. It just kind of helps people see the kinds of things we like to talk about and discuss. We try to jump in your shoes. We try to anticipate the kind of questions that you want to have in a meeting like this, and we're going to have questions as well. We would never want to come to a community and just start digging it up and adding fiber, even though it's a benefit to the community, without being in real alignment with your goals or knowing what your future, where you're going to do improvements. The input that you would have to see like a survey area map that shows the boundaries where we would want to build our network. So we'd like to keep in touch and see if we could have that meeting or a meeting like that sometime sooner than later. And I'm going to leave a couple more things behind as well. In 3 minutes, you only talk so much about your company, but this does a pretty good job of introducing a little bit more about who our company is and what we're doing with grants and BEAD. I won't get into that tonight. BEAD is the federal grant program subsidizing for broadband that is on the back end of all the states. So you guys have Illinois Connect. We're very involved in that. Indiana has their next level connections. Michigan has what they call the Robbing Grant. Those are the 3 states we operate in. So we're trying to work really hard to make sure that our neighbors in the rural areas can get the same benefits as a community can get. But we got to get in the communities first so that we can then connect the networks in between to the rural places. So I'm gonna leave these behind. I could just see if you have any questions. I know it's more just for introductory and for comments with public comments. And hopefully we can stay in touch. And all we're trying to do is try to achieve a spirit of cooperation, get comfortable with the project before we want to do anything like that. But I think I'll stop there. See if there's any questions.
Does anybody have anything for Mr. Franco?
So when you come into a community, I'm sure it's like a trunk line or something, and then you branch off to
Yes.
like individual neighborhoods.
Yes.
So
So
you,
a trunk line can mean, if you start from the data centers, the big data centers, and then go across 80, and the railroads, and everywhere they've been doing like the long haul. So we partner a lot. When I say partner, there's different ways of partnering to get light to someplace, what they call that.
Mhm.
So we work with your middle mile providers. In some cases, we are middle mile. We're mostly that last mile. And So your Evergreens or some other names I could mention that do longer haul that we kind of partner with to get that light to a place. We would walk through all that in like our next meeting. We'd show a map. We'd show what the network looks like. We intend to be mostly, if we could, we do the whole thing underground. So that we're talking about directional boring, underground fiber. There'd be a small piece of the network that's above ground. It's called OLT. That's like the brain of the network. And we would show on a map where we would work together to find a location for that. But I really don't think we want to get in the weeds and all that tonight, but we're prepared to do exactly that though, like as fast as you want to. We think we can come in here and if we can get an understanding of your process for locating some permits, we probably want to start sooner than later this year and be done with it in this year. And so what that means for residents and businesses in the end would be, you'd have the opportunity for multi-gig speed, symmetrical speed, fiber, 2 gig, 1 gig, 500, 100, different various levels for around $100 and under. That's what the bottom line would be for residents.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next thing, do we have approval for bills and payment, and approval of payroll?
Yes, I move to approve bills for payment dated June 13th, 2024 from the Corporate General Fund, the amount of $10,066.15. Also dated June 13th from the Sewer Fund, $51.30. Also dated June 13th from the American Rescue Plan, SLFRF, $6,320. And also dated June 13th from the TIF account, $2,170. Also moved to approve payroll ending June 6th in the amount of $2,400. Ending June 11th, stipend of $3,189.79. Also ending June 18th, $22,200.17.
Do we have any questions?
Second.
Do we have a motion?
He made the point.
Oh, he didn't.
Okay, Morgan seconded. Thanks. I guess no questions.
Motion to approve. Bills was payment as follows. Dated June 13th, general fund $10,066.15. Sewer fund $51.30. American Rescue Plan $6,320 even. And TIP account $2,170. Payroll ending June 6th in the amount of $2,400 even. Stipend ending June 11th, $3,189.79. And payroll ending June 18th in the amount of $22,200.70. All this is motion made by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
seconded by Ms. Squirrel.
Yes.
Whitlock,
Yes.
King, yes. Ms. Whitaker.
Yes.
All set? All set. Okay, department reports. Village Clerk, Scott Dillman. All right, I have nothing from our attorney or Mr. Piggish, our engineer. Scott did mention that they were out surveying by the school. Is that today, Scott? That they
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
doing that and,
Showed up about 9 o'clock and they were still out there about 2:30.
okay, and what
walking
they're,
all over the place.
who's
My
not
backyard.
familiar with that is we were looking to do a repair by the school. There's a drainage problem. We agreed at the last meeting to have Neil Piggish go down there and work up a plan and then after that submit what it's gonna cost. And we already talked about the funding on it, so we need to get it done before school starts. And that's the highlight of that for whoever's not familiar with it. So thank you, Scott. Ordinances and Insurance Committee, Miss Susie Weedle.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. Well, no report. Sorry about that. Yes, I would like to make a motion to pass the second reading on ordinance number 0-6-24-1. An ordinance making appropriations for corporate purposes for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2024 and ending April 30th, 2025 for the village of Grant Park, Illinois.
I'll second.
Quickly read your titling for this. I got the ordinance number, but the date.
Appropriations for corporate purposes for the fiscal year.
Okay, we have a motion to second on the floor to approve the second reading of appropriation ordinance 0-6-24-1, which is appropriation for corporate purposes from May 1st, 24 to April 30th, 25. Motion is made by Sweetl,
Yes.
second by Morgan,
Yes.
Gemma,
Yes.
Seaman, yes, Ms. Work.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Streets and Alley Committee Chairman Frank Pacini.
I just got one thing, is, Steve is, waiting on, a quote from the electrician for the lights, street lights. And You're supposed to stop,
Is that the one, where's the location? I know he had.
There's a couple, I think.
there's a couple,
There's one at the Village Hall and there's one down, I think on, might be Hildert.
Okay.
and I
There's a
think
couple.
there's some, at the village.
Yeah, the Village Hall lot, that one.
There's
it's like
what's
a strobe light.
flashing. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a strobe.
I know the last I talked to him, his issue was, nobody, because the job was small, he was having a hard time getting someone to come out and take a look at it.
I know that, but also Carl, he gave him an electrician.
Yeah, I ran into a guy I know who's an electrician in the dollar store, called
Yes.
Steve over.
Uh-huh.
He went with Steve, they looked at everything and he's here back, he's from Beecher, so.
That's great. That's what we
Good.
need. It's hard to find somebody when you need to
It
get
is.
somebody here. And it does have to be repaired. Now, am I correct? Was there a couple new stop signs put up in the village?
No.
Okay. I knew, somebody asked me and I said, not that I was aware of, but we would discuss it at the meeting.
That was,
Okay,
and Steve. Number one is he, doesn't want to back up.
okay.
What I'm trying to find out is why he would take it down. I don't know if the Tiger did it, just not wrong,
Mhm.
but to me, having a stop sign there, kids that are in that area. I got people talking about it. But when I found out that the street sign would take it down, I was curious why. And we voted for it, or was it just taken down by the time?
In a situation like that, I mean, it has to be brought up in front of the board and so we all know about it. You can't just because you don't want it there, you can't take the sign down. It could impact safety. You have to at least talk to the police and say, hey, we're having a problem here and we'd like to do this. But so we're all on the same page. You can't just take it upon yourself, but, I knew you brought it up and I just wondered where we were with it or if we made any progress on that, so.
I've been trying to find out. Any records on it. Where they would put up.
I've never been there in the last 10 years I've been here, no. So normally you need like a resolution and or an ordinance when you place stop signs. And sometimes you, depending on what kind of road it's on, you might have to do a traffic study. Account to see what, if it justifies it. But yeah, they haven't been there in the whole time I've been here.
I mean, is there somewhere where I can go and look that up?
You could, possibly, there might be something in our village codes.
Yeah, there could
Might
be.
be something in the Village Hall and records, maybe.
Now,
Yeah.
our village codes are accessible online, the Village of Grant Park, and all the codes that we have in the village or everything that we use is all in there for the public to review and go through and like they said, you might be able to go to the village hall and get some more information, but all the village codes are online, so you just put in Village of Grant Park and you can see everything there. Thanks, Frank. Finance Committee Chairman Gary Morgan.
No, I have nothing tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing from our treasurer, Joe Hubbard. I have a couple things, so. And basically, what we're gonna talk about tonight, we've been working on getting the fest things together. So in your packet, you'll see on the last page, there's a thing from Lee's Rental that looks like this, and it's a breakdown on some expenses. So right now, I would like to ask the board to be able to spend between Lee's Rental and the purchase of alcohol not to exceed $4,500. And that would cover the cost of the alcohol that we're gonna buy for our Fall Fest, and we pay Lee's Rental, and a breakdown of what we're getting from Lee's Rentals in your packets. So I would like to make a motion at this time to be allowed to spend $4,500 out of our fest account.
I'll second that. Second would be enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think we need. The next thing on our,
we need a vote.
yeah, okay,
Motion to approve purchase of, not to exceed $4,500 for purposes of festival through Lee's Rental and Bird Dots. Motion made by Mr. Datlow
yes,
and seconded by Mr. Morgan.
Yes,
Mr. Sweeney,
Yes.
Ms. Whirl.
Yes.
Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
the next thing I have is I would like to make a motion to spend $25 for a special event liquor license. So we are gonna have liquor on Saturday. And this is the permit that I need. So at this time, I would like to make the motion to spend $25 out of our fest account.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve $25 for the special event liquor license. Motion made by Mr. Datlow,
Yes,
seconded by Mr. Whirl.
Yes.
Mr. Morgan.
yes,
Mr. Seaman. Yes. Ms. Whittle.
Yes.
okay, the next thing I have is a few months ago, we talked about spending not to exceed $3,000 out of our fest account to purchase new tables. And been talking to Carrie, and Carrie done some work and went back on receipts and found out that the tables were sent, 10 of them, and they were lost. But no one ever contacted Village to tell us that. So Carrie did some investigation work, and thanks to her, June 28th, we're receiving 10 tables.
nice.
And that was, I guess, a little sad that someone wouldn't reach out and said, hey, we lost your order. And I don't know how you lose 10 tables this size, but anyway, we're getting replacements. So, and we need them. A lot of our tables are
There's
kind of
somebody's
banged up,
house.
and we were able to use some of the money that we got through our fest account that we could spend on this. So that was pretty satisfying.
Yes,
Another thing, some of our trees are starting to come in. I got a shipment, which I was a little sad on Saturday. The trees are great. They're like 3 foot tall in pots. And when FedEx pulled up, he had them under his arm, and I said, you need help? He goes, oh, this is all of them. And I'm like, you kidding me? It's supposed to be 105. Well, they're shipping them in small groups, and they're coming from Woodstock, Illinois. So I have a notification in the next day or two, there's more coming. The foundation is they're making a list on the trees. They know what trees are coming in. I don't know what day they're coming as far as a certain tree, but they are coming, all 105 of them. It might be spread out between now and September, but we will get them. And it's a nice program. So they're gonna plant them in the village. They're making a plan on where it would look nice to put these, where some are gonna go to the fire department to enhance the Scott's taking care of that part of it. He's gonna work with the foundation. They're gonna determine what trees go where. Fire department needs some by their facility. And when that's taken care of, the remaining trees will be offered to residents of the village. And anybody that drives by my house right now can see that the trees out alongside the house, that's what they look like. They're in 6-inch pots or 3 foot tall, and I'm very happy with them. I was just a little sad because I thought we were only getting 15 out of 105, but they are shipping them from their grower in small lots, and we will get them. And it's nice to have them. It's a program that ComEd offers, and I'm sure there was a cost to this, but it's not costing the village anything. So it's gonna, through the foundation, they're gonna enhance and beautify the village by planting some more trees, and the residents will get some trees to plant on their property. Just one recommendation: when you plant, make sure you call for locates, that you don't plant them in an inappropriate place over a utility or a water line and not too close to the sidewalk. So, exactly. But it,
Yes, because some of them might be 10 feet tall, but you're getting some that are 100 feet tall too.
right. So they give you a guideline to follow. Always look your surroundings on where you're gonna plant these trees. And, you know, if you have any questions, you could reach out to the maintenance department. You can look at, ComEd has a great website showing you the basic idea of planning, but they recommend, like I'm telling you right now, call for a locate. You don't want to sever a line and have an issue, and you don't know what's down below there, so it's a good practice. So that's all I have for this evening. And our next thing is building and grounds. We don't have anything there. And law enforcement committee, chairman, Ms. Morgan Worrell.
You're not, chief.
No, the only thing I was gonna ask, under the building and grounds thing, I know we were looking at, prices on roofs, the roof for the police department. Have you ever
Yes.
heard anything on that?
Yes, we got the third one. There
Oh,
should
okay.
be 3 to look at.
Oh, okay.
Just came in. Geez, we should have a determination on that because there were 3 quotes. So it's just picking the best one.
We should, I noticed
I'm
that
sorry, I should have followed up on that.
Okay.
I
No, I was just
forgot
wondering.
about-
at
Yeah.
our last meeting, I did notice some buckets in the hallway. So the roof must be still leaking
Oh, the
again.
village hall, yeah, I
When we
know
had our
about that,
fest
yeah.
meeting,
Yeah.
yeah, there was 3 buckets there, so I know we're having some issues. But we'll get that reviewed and get the contractor working on it, and hopefully we have some dry weather so we don't have any more problems there.
Yeah,
I went to court today and I have in my hand a search warrant to tomorrow and an administrative search warrant to go to the old Pepin property and take photographs so that we can proceed forward with our attorneys
nice,
to get some closure on that property.
nice.
Yeah, that would be wonderful if we could do something with it.
So we're doing that tomorrow.
Man,
Got the building inspector coming, the fire department.
Good luck getting through the
Yeah.
jungle, everything. I mean, you can hardly tell there's a driveway there
yeah.
anymore.
We got some,
Cordless hedge trimmer.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need it, and I don't know what's lurking in the weeds, so be careful when you
or
go.
an
in.
axe. There's some serious weeds in there the last
Yeah,
time I
there's
went through.
It'll be a challenge.
So I don't have anything this evening from the village president, and I don't see a need to go in executive session. Does anybody in the audience have a question? No questions? So do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Put that maybe on the next agenda.
Yes.
I guess I'll talk to Carrie and see if we need to reach out to the attorney